its axis, the more psychic we are, the more we are in change. And I've done meditation exercises where I meditate on the galactic center. I mean, you know, that's where it's coming from. And as David Wilcock has said, the energy of the galaxy is directly tied in with the evolution of the human species by raising its level of consciousness. This is coming as with a certainty as the streams flow. Now, the mechanism is one of the mechanisms is DNA activation. And Peter Gurayev, scientist Dr. Peter Gurayev, was able to transform a frog embryo into a salamander by shining a laser through the salamander embryo and redirecting it into the frog embryo, and the frog DNA transformed into a salamander. At the galactic level, that's what's occurring now. The galactic center black hole is the analog to the laser, and we're being transformed at the DNA level. So the more that we open ourselves up to that, the easier nature can take its course. The galactic centers contain the pattern to transform all DNA on the planet, and they provide a sufficiently large source of energy to enable the transformation to take place. That's David Wilcock expressing that realization. It's even occurring at the galactic level, and if we look at that, that looks like a two-strand DNA, correct? Well, if we look at that, it's the DNA nebula, which is 80 light years long and 300 light years from the galactic center black hole. And this is the first time that the DNA double helix, commonly seen inside living organisms, has been observed in the cosmos. In other words, our galaxy is a living organism. So these changes are happening at the galactic level, and we can take what's called a transposition burst, is a plausible mechanism by which the galactic bursts can activate our DNA, which is proved in the Gurayev experiment with the laser. So now we have a model for this. Kelleher calls the outcome of this product a light body, which is what's been described as the dimensional existence of the upper dimensional ethical extraterrestrials. We're in more and more refined energy bodies. So what is the boundary? 2011, 2013, 2012. These are boundaries in which these mechanisms of transposition bursts from the galactic center are happening, and they're happening now. Dr. John J. Harper talks about that our 97% of our DNA is now considered junk DNA, and it's that DNA which is being activated. So we're receiving an upgrade from the inside. Humans version 2.0. Endogenous DMT produced in our brains could also bring about what some people call a collective near-death experience that may occur. These are some of the factors that may occur. We'll have a collective near-death experience and really go up into our light bodies, our extended bodies as a species. That would be an interesting one. So endogenous DMT can be posited as a purveyor of the transformed consciousness. Oh, sorry. I didn't know how much time I had.
Sorry Okay, I'm very sorry. We are at a little past 12:30. There's not any more time to go
Okay.
in any further into this. What we can do is, Alfred, you will make your presentation perhaps available to people
Yeah,
so that they can follow up on the final pages?
Sure.
I'm not sure how far we are along.
yeah.
I would
Sure.
suggest that what we do.
No,
we give Alfred
we're almost at the end. This is slide 53
Okay, yeah.
of about 60 slides, so the bulk of the information has been transmitted, and of the insight.
Okay, we would be glad to give Alfred a couple of minutes to actually sum up the presentation, if you'd like to do so.
Sure. Well, we are coming into, and we are in, an era of tremendous opportunity, which is occurring regardless of our individual thoughts. So it makes good sense, if one is in resistance, to change one's thoughts and to really tune into what's occurring at the galactic and universal levels, which is part of a universe program to allow us to come into the universal age, which we know by people who have gone to the future physically and come back, is going to be on our planet within, by the year 2045 or 2050, which is just 40 years away. So it's a positive future that's coming. And I'll be here, I'll be in the back. I brought some copies of the book Exopolitics, which founded this whole field. And, and if you want more information, please stay tuned to exopolitics.com. Thank you.
There's some fascinating areas that could be investigated further that he's been touching on, and some of that information is available from our whistleblowers on Camelot. And we have another recent interview that talks about the galactic super wave. Paul LaViolette is the scientist responsible for that concept, and he's done a lot of investigation. We visited him in Greece and did a recent interview. We have yet to edit it. We've been so busy. But I just wanted to let you know that that is the area that some of which Alfred was referring to. And of course, we're having a presentation by David Wilcock tomorrow, the last presentation of the day for 2 hours. And so certainly you'll be getting more of that from him as well. In the meantime, we're going to lunch now. It's a little past 12:30. We have a major announcement before you leave the room. And I'm going to let Bill put it in his words first.
I'm going to make a minor announcement. This isn't working. Can you hear me? I felt that. Minor announcement first. With apologies, there is a motorcycle and a white truck parked outside of the hotel that need to be moved or they will be towed, so we have been told. We've been asked to make this announcement. Okay.
Thank you.
That's the minor announcement,
Yeah, I really appreciate
unless you're the
Thank
owner of
you.
those vehicles, in which case it might be major. The other thing I want to share with you is that we have just had a phone call from Mr. Alex Collier. And Alex Collier has told us that it's all right for us now to release the information that he will be speaking here tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, it's really exciting. Yes, we